So I want to talk to you about the book Educated by Tara Westover. This book is nonfiction. It's a memoir that Westover wrote about her childhood, growing up, and then how she moved away from her family and going to college for the first time. She had an interesting upbringing because she lived in a extremely conservative religious household where her father was actually the leader of his church group, and he would teach his family different things that was his interpretation of their scripture and their religion. So because of that, she was sheltered. She didn't go to a public school. Her education was all based on things from her father. And then as she gets older, she learns that maybe some of the things he taught her wasn't exactly accurate. And she ends up going to college for the first time because one of her siblings helped her get in, and realized all of the things that she thought she knew, which really kind of comes to when she's in her college class and people are upset because she's never heard of the Holocaust before. So it's her story examining her upbringing, her life, her education, how things changed, how she had to learn new things all over again once she got out of her family, and then going back to her family and trying to live between these two worlds. So if you're interested in education and real life in different events, I recommend Educated. I just want to read you a short part from the first chapter. My strongest memory is not a memory. It's something I imagined, then came to remember as if it had happened. The memory was formed when I was 5, just before I turned 6, from a story my father told in such detail that I and my brothers and sister had each conjured our own cinematic version, with gunfire and shouts. Mine had crickets. That's the sound I hear as my family huddles in the kitchen, lights off, hiding from the feds who surrounded the house. A woman reaches for a glass of water, and her silhouette is lighted by the moon. A shot echoes like the lash of a whip, and she falls. In my memory, it's always Mother who falls, and she has a baby in her arms. The baby doesn't make sense. I'm the youngest of my mother's 7 children. But like I said, none of this happened. So that's Educated by Tara Westover, which I recommend for your next read.